intervention in Latin America from the get-go of the United States as a country. And I'm not going to go all the way back there. I'm just going to go to the ones I kind of know. 1846, they take over half of Mexico. There is not much intervention in that, people. All right? I mean, they take over half of the land. 1846, 1848. So that's the first big one, all right? All right. Then, of course, then they take over Panama and the Canal, which is basically their property, even today, supposedly Panama's property. So I was thinking again, how do I connect it to the bigger thing? And it hit me, Mexico and Colombia. The Plan Colombia and the Plan Merida. For those of you that don't know that, the Plan Colombia first, which is older, late 90s, 90s. Plan Merida, which is 2 years old. Basically what these plans does is United States intervention in Latin America in the form of techniques, capacitation, equipment, people, guns, all that you can think of to fight a war the United States is providing to Mexico. Now you can say, and this is always run into issues with this. Well, what's wrong with that, Andres? What's wrong with the United States helping Mexico to get out of the drug war? A lot of things. First of all, the main one is, okay, we didn't ask them. Nobody asked them. And then you go, well, that's not true. The Mexican government asked the United States. Okay, the Mexican government does not represent the Mexican people. This is not only as my own opinion, but it's also because they got into power because of fraudulent election. This is all over the news. Okay, this is an open source. You don't have to believe me. It was a fraudulent election. Look it up. There's plenty of data about it. All right? Plenty of international institutions have already agreed that it was a fraud. So that government doesn't represent us. So that's the first thing. This is a unilateral move of bringing militarization to a nation without asking its people. Okay? Which is also very important in my eyes. So then I go, all right. Then I go, well, this has been going on forever, I've been thinking. And it's with different excuses. All right? First, the first excuse to intervene in Latin America was communism. Because of communism, they came up with this School of the Americas, and they came up with all of this saying that they needed to fight communism in the Americas. Right? Cuba, once Cuba, the revolution in Cuba was successful, the Americans got very nervous. Once they got very nervous, they started to intervene in this, not only blatant way, but which takes me to what this does. But before that, let's talk more about the Plan Merida and Plan Colombia, which is very important. Then we go, okay, let's set aside the issue that we didn't ask them, and let's set aside the issue that the government doesn't represent us, all right? Because I'm fine. We can debate that all we want. They are giving billions and billions to a corrupt military, untrained military, a military that it's a bunch of yahoos, man. Okay, they don't have any professionalization, they don't have any education, they come from, they're usually illiterate. Most of them are native that doesn't have any, when I say that, you go, well, what's wrong with that? Natives in Mexico do not have any love for Mexico. Because why would they have to? They've been trained like shit. So these people don't have any allegiance to the nation. They are not fighting for the nation, they are fighting for what? For their own pockets. So these people are turning billions and billions, and the generals and the colonels and the lieutenants, they're keeping it up. Straight up. Not only that, and this is also all open source, they sell this equipment to the drug dealers. All of it. They sell this. This is the Operación Rápido y Furioso. You know, hear about that? You people read the news? Come on, people. Operation Rapid and the movie. What's the movie? Rapid and Furious. Yeah, that one, Furious. That's how they call it. You know how Americans like the Operation Condor and Operation this and Operation that and Operation this and Operation that. All right. So what these guys are doing is throwing billions to a corrupt state. More importantly, this is also an open source all over. The main cartel is the Mexican army. They are the ones controlling everything, people. Okay? Now, how do you know this, Andres? Again, open source. Go to NPR. Type drug war. They came up with a great news sequence of about a whole week in NPR about how the Mexican government is favoring el cartel de Sinaloa, which is el cartel del Chapo, that usually handle cocaine, methamphetamines, and marijuana. These people, usually, the way it worked before, this is complex, but the way it worked before is the cartels had their own areas and they would respect each other. But what is that causing? Okay. Because this is a complex issue, people. First of all, let's keep in mind we're talking about billions and billions of dollars. Okay? Now, these billions and billions of dollars was divided among the cartel del Golfo, el cartel de Sinaloa, el cartel de Juarez, the Mexican government, the Mexican politicians, and of course, the United States. How? This is also, well, how do we benefit from that? You guys are the ones that launder the money. Most of the money is laundered here, not in Mexico. So most of the drug trade and most of the drug profit stays in America through the laundering. So because you cannot go and spend $1 in billions, millions, and in $1.20. Somebody has to clean it. Everybody knows that, right? This is dirty money. Not only ones and 20s usually. What they go is they go to the American banks and the American banks clean it up and it becomes legal. So if anyone benefits from this, it's the Americans. Okay? Which takes me to my theory of why this is all going on. And this is again all over the news. What the Americans are doing is this. They told the Mexican government, look, dude, you're going to take down the Juarez cartel. You're going to take down the Golfo cartel. You're going to take down La Familia Michoacana. You're going to take down Los Caballeros de Cristo. There's like 10 big ones. And you're going to keep El Cartel de Sinaloa as the only one viable. So we can make it corporate and we can control those billions of dollars. Because before, in Mexico, the only way to get out of poverty was either to come here or to the drug trade. Now, that is over. Now you cannot do the drug trade because you get killed. Now it's hardcore. Before, I remember, most of my friends were doing that business. Everybody in Juarez could do that business. Everybody in Juarez was involved in it, man. Every business had drug money. Every corporation had drug money. Every individual had drug money. Somehow, some kind related, it was all drug money. Because that was the only economic opportunity left in Mexico. It's either that, you cross to America, or you're a damn slave in a maquila. Alright? So, what the Americans did is, we're going after those billions of dollars. And if you don't believe me, then Chapo Guzman right now is in the top 40 richest men in the world. All about drug money, all about illegal money. They don't want 5 or 10 Chapos. They don't want all these billions to get away from them. They are controlling all the drug trade. They are controlling the routes. They are controlling the access points. They are even controlling how much is coming in and out. They got everything controlled. It's all simulation. All the drug war is an illusion. Alright? An illusion. They go in the street, they kill some people, so always they saw poor people that nobody's going to give a fuck about. So nobody says anything. And there's like 30,000, which takes me to the other one. And I know you want to come back to something, we'll come back to it, because I'm going to just go. There's 30,000 people dead in Mexico. The Plan Merida, and I read the Plan Merida yesterday, it says, we're going to share the burden of the war of drugs with Mexico. What? We got 30,000 dead, ese. What sharing the burden? There is no sharing the burden. We're providing the dead people, we're providing the war, we're providing everything. And you guys are keeping the money. And in the public opinion, Mexico is the one top because Mexico is a bunch of criminals, assassins, killers, we cannot live in peace, we're a bunch of wild animals. And no, that's not how it works. These guys are not animals. These guys make the decision to enter the drug trade because it's the only one they got. These people are hardcore men. They got balls, they got brains, and I'm not fucking glorifying and I'm not admiring them. I'm just giving you how it is. If we could channel these people to like us, imagine. But they don't have any opportunities and they're not going to come here and be a slave. I know all of those guys. They go, fuck that. I'm not going to go to fucking United States and work 10 hours for some dude. I'm going to sell drugs and I'm going to fuck them. That's exactly how they say it. That's exactly how they see it. That's the border for you. So, okay, so that's the first thing. The second thing, there is no sharing. It is all Mexico's burden, all right? It is all Mexico's burden, so don't come here that, oh, the drug war here, the drug war here, the drug war. You guys aren't doing shit, but consuming, that's the other one. The main consumer is the United States. Also, that takes us to the legalization, but I'm not gonna go there. Because that will take us forever. Okay, so you got those two plans throwing billions at a corrupt state. A corrupt state that is not interested in a war against drugs, they are only interested in the war against some cartels. And the proof is again, has cocaine, is cocaine on? Anybody can get cocaine whenever they want to. Or marijuana, or X. The drug trade is all over, it's It's a bonanza. They haven't stopped anything, fellas. They have not stopped anything. That's why I say it's a simulation and an illusion. There is no shortage of drugs. Neither here or in Mexico. Arrest. Most of the arrests are Cartel de Juárez, because of course, the two big ones, Cartel de Sinaloa and Cartel de Juárez. Cartel de Juárez, they decided to take them down. That's what Juárez is like it is right now. If you go to Juárez right now, it's like a ghost town. Alright? People don't go out at night. Most of the middle class, it's gone. The rich people were gone a long time ago. The middle class is in El Paso, Texas or somewhere else. There's all poor people in Juárez. And maybe some professional and those that can't go, that can't leave. Alright? It was a vibrant city, great nightlife. One of the best cities in Mexico. Now it's a ghost town. And there is a lot of places like that in Mexico right now. Places that were controlled by certain cartels that were taken down by the government when they made the decision to fight them all and keep only one. And again, I want to reinforce that only one theory that I have. Because that only one is because they want the control of the whole drug trade. They want all those billions for them, not for the Mexicans. They don't want a Chapo on the party list. You see? What does that say? Look at them drug dealer appear in Forbes. That has to make them itchy at the very least. Okay, so now let's go to the little things. Okay, so what does this do to Mexico? I just kind of say 30,000 dead, ghost towns, and it's more. For example, the laws have changed to a militarized state. Search and seizures, imprisonment, false arrest, false imprisonment, assassination, torture, desaparecidos. Have you seen desaparecidos?
Disappeared.
They disappeared, they're missing. That too. Hardcore, all over Mexico, thousands and thousands. More importantly, they use this drug war to fight people that work for indigenous rights, for peasant rights, for workers' rights. And they use this justification. No, they're criminals. This is a drug war. And they're going after everybody. And who does the dirty work? The special units of the US military trained at the SOA. Alright? Trained at the SOA. Most of the higher-ups in Mexico were trained there. And this goes back to the 70s and 80s and 60s. So